Alrighty, so now we've talked about how it's like a role-play game. Now let's talk about how it's not. The concept of Launchpad is that we are building a mechanism for role-play where we can start to build that vision of where we want our persona to end up. But the scoring is going to be more objective. It's not going to be a matter of what we have achieved, what we have not achieved, what we are looking for, what we haven't found. Instead, it's going to be what improvements have we made along the way? Are we closer than we were before? And if so, how much incremental growth and how realistic is that numeric value for determining where our next objectives would be? Remember, there's an old phrase, and this probably hasn't been promoted nearly as much as it was when I was a youngster, but the idea of it's not whether you win or lose. You can say the rest if you want. If not, it's how you play the game. Where our position in the world is not a matter of did we win or did we lose. It's whether or not we played in a kind fashion, in a fair fashion, in a just fashion. So we need to look at it from the standpoint of how we played the game. Your success, therefore, is determined by your alignment. Now, those of you that are role-play games have now knee-jerk responded, I'm sure, to that terminology, but I want to clarify what I mean when I say alignment. The alignment that we should have is that we hold people as most valuable, events as being valuable, the outcome from the events to be valuable, and then finally the things that it took to get there. This structure, putting people first and things way to the bottom, is essential to being the better person. The very idea of building the character that's going to give you this persona, that's going to give you a structure for building it, depends on this alignment, that you're focusing on how you can help others and help you can work to support people over events, outcomes, and things. Because when you do this, then the joy that you will have in your life will be derived not by the result, but by the very act of doing these good things. When I'm giving players joy, when I'm producing a world that they can engage with and watching them interact and feel their victories and feel their successes in game, there's nothing better for me than that. So if I could find a way to do that for you in your real life, imagine how effective that would be if you were able to turn around and be able to replicate that and still others. So the idea here is not to focus on the result of our objectives, but instead on the very act of doing them. And this is because if we look around in the world, there's no one that's judging our worth. There are people that would. There are people that would draw lines and say, you are being successful or you are being a failure. But they are, how is it my grandfather used to say it? Those who mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. When we do things, when we grow, the people who matter are going to care, and those that don't care, they don't matter. They just simply, you're wasting your time to worry about them because no one else is measuring your worth. They're measuring what their valuation of your worth is, but that's not the same thing. Just realize that means that you are therefore your own worst critic. In a game mechanism, your opponents are the ones who judge whether or not you are a good sport, bad sport, good player, bad player. But it's in your own best interest to play the game as honestly, fairly, justly as possible because it leaves you with a positive experience and the joy, as I said, that you can derive. It also means that you're not only going to be your worst critic, but you're also going to be your best student because who else is going to listen to you if not yourself? And while this sometimes leads into what is perceived as negative cycling, that's an issue of simply considering your thought processes and determining whether it's proper thinking or what my grandfather would call stinking thinking. And to realize that the real rewards in life are our own personal advancement, and the Nycos Launchpad is a way to measure that advancement and therefore see your progression, and that personal advancement becomes its own reward, because in most cases the only way to ever really lose is to quit, because if you are behind in a game, you simply have to tighten up, button up, and dedicate yourself to a greater performance and simply learn from your mistakes. And all of this leads us down to the idea of advancement and growth in life. And many of those people who are advocates for the concept of a prosperity gospel or whatever, they simply say, feel a certain way and you shall receive. And that's not what this is about. This is about building a mechanism for metering out the successes you want, figure out what steps you need to take to achieve them over time, and how best to align your objectives with your principles, and therefore ascending towards your objective.